All right, hello and welcome back to another episode of Twinhammer, where we will be going over our kill team conversions, starting with the classified teams for the first season of Kill Team. And today we have a conversion of Phobos, which we are converting into Grey Knights.
And really what we wanted to see, what everyone wanted to see with the Adepticon reveal was new Grey Knights in a new refresh. We didn't get that, so Thomas is going to take you through his whole conversion. He did an amazing job on them.
Grey Knights, one if not my favorite Space Marine faction, but as everyone knows, they haven't been updated in a very long time. And how we're using the rules for the Phobos Strike Team to represent the Grey Knights in Kill Team, so you can use them in the current game of Kill Team. Even though there's not official rules for it, I think the Phobos rules really, they do fit the overall playstyle very nicely for what would be Grey Knights.
And you took what is a base of Stormcast Eternals, and we had got Vindictors early on when we got excited about Age of Sigmar and Warcry, and so we had a lot of these Vindictors, and you saw them and said that might be a great base for a Grey Knights team. So take us through how you did the Reavers. The Reavers are amazing.
Yes, so I've taken three really dynamic Vindictors, I believe is the name of the shield and spear carrying Stormcast. And they are just really nice and dynamic models. And interestingly, when you take a Space Marine helmet and the backpack and you put it onto a Stormcast Vindictor, it basically fits perfectly. So it's a really easy, no-brainer conversion. I believe I just put it right on there. As far as I can recall, I don't remember having to do anything crazy. So very easy conversion, and then really nice classic look for the Grey Knights. One thing that I did do a little bit extra, which can be a little bit more advanced, is I basically sanded down the shields to remove the really nice engraving from the Sigmar part of it, but for the shields I just kind of wanted a blank canvas to put a few decals of the Grey Knights on, to make it look like more of a Grey Knight shield rather than a Age of Sigmar shield. Nice and easy conversion from there on. You can paint the shield and then apply the decals. The fact that the Stormcast armor looked a little bit lighter armor compared to the main Space Marine makes them a really good fit for Phobos, because Phobos are a little bit more mobile, a little bit more lightly armored, but they still pack a punch, so that dynamic spear slamming in really worked. Another thing that I want to mention is I cut the bolters from the Space Marine kit, extra bolters that we had.
So cool.
I just use a normal sprue cutter to cut on either side where the hand was, and then I just filed down where the hand was gripping it, and I cut off approximately where the grip would be for the bolter. And then so you just had a square rectangle bolter, which I just glued to the main forearm. So then the storm bolters, instead of having this chunky boxy old storm bolter look, it's kind of a slimmer storm bolter, which looks a little bit more sleek, a little bit more light.
And you can really imagine the Reavers, because the Reavers have 8-inch bolt pistols, right? They have the bolt pistols that are actually great. As a Phobos player myself, they're incredible. You love using them. They're AP1, they're armor piercing. And so really, it looks so cool to have this cool Grey Knight with a power spear, essentially. And they've got the wrist bolt pistols. So that's very thematic, both in gameplay, and it works perfectly in the transition there.
And the cool thing is with the Grey Knights, they have this spear on the actual Grey Knight model. So the spear from the Vindictors, it almost looks super similar in style, so it just looks like a new updated spear for the Grey Knights. And then they have falchions as well, and then the shorter swords from the Stormcast look very similar, so it's kind of a very easy port over because it looks very similar in terms of feel. And then because you get that knightly armor look, they really do look like Grey Knights. Again, a conversion not only trying to represent a different faction that doesn't quite have a bespoke team yet, but also just trying to see how that pairs best with aesthetically and rules-wise with one of the current teams to kind of make a very effective conversion that you and your opponents can like play the game and like it's very clear and obvious what they're representing. And I think that's that works. That's always the best feeling.
Yeah, ultimately kit bashing gives you the power in your own hands, and the beauty of Games Workshop is they allow kit bashes for all of their games, and they allow us to kit bash for Kill Team. Even the World Championships allowed kit bashing. So really kudos to Games Workshop. And now we don't have to wait for a Grey Knights Kill Team. We can literally create one with the rule set that we have. So really exciting. We're hoping to do this for you guys consistently in terms of kit bashes and showing you and the thinking behind it, showing you the process behind it. And we hope you guys love the Grey Knights just as much as we do.
We had a blast putting this together. It came together super easily, and having my favorite faction represented as a kill team is just awesome. So it was a pleasure putting together, and it ended up working out way better than I expected, and it was really enjoyable.
And see you next time. And coming up next, if you guys watch the next video, you can see the Grey Knights take on the demons. One bloodletter is emerging from the shadow and leading a Goremonger team. So go check out that video next.